The Switch 2 is coming out June 5th. Cool. And the games are going to be upwards of $80. Huh? Have you seen this economy? I just got out the bread line and now you're telling me my video games are gonna cost as much as a Six Flags ticket? I'm not gonna poor mouth you guys. I could probably swing this if I wanted to. I don't know if I want to. For me, the Switch 2 has been great, but it's always been a secondary console for me. This isn't something that I'm spending hundreds or even thousands of hours of playing. It's actually caked on in dust, and the battery was dead until I charged it because I wanted to play some Minecraft. For some of you, maybe the value of a new Switch console's there, but for me, I'm feeling a little weird about these Switch prices, man. And when I first saw a screenshot of this, I didn't think it was real at first, but sure enough, I'm on Walmart's website right now, and you can see some of the listings here live. So the Switch itself is $450, $500 if you get it bundled with Mario Kart. That doesn't seem too unreasonable. That's about the price of other consoles right now. $50 for a brand new game? That's pretty good. That being said, that's only the digital copy of the game, so yeah, you know, whatever. But then we get to the games and the game prices are all over the place, dude. We got a new Donkey Kong for $70. A brand new first-party Nintendo game, $70. Okay, sure. But then it starts to get really weird. So we got an older Kirby game with some DLC, I guess, for $80? When did this game come out? Like 3-4 years ago? You got Street Fighter 6, a game that you can regularly pick up, I think, for 20, 30, 40 bucks. But given that it's a Nintendo Switch, sure, Switch tax, it's gonna be a little more expensive on a new console, whatever. And then here's the big one. The new Mario Kart game for $80. I don't know about this one, man. You can think that the price is justifiable. I respect your opinion, but I don't know if I respect your opinion if you think Breath of the Wild should be should be $70. Breath of the Wild came out almost a decade ago. This came out on the Wii U. Some of the people watching this video probably don't even know what a Wii U is. Oh, but now it's 60 FPS and 4K. Cool, what did they do? Check a couple of toggle boxes? They did that thing that we've been doing on emulation since, I don't know, day one? Super Mario Party for $80. $80 Mario Party? I think I'm good. I'll just find a physical game for the regular Switch. Tears of the Kingdom is $80. I guess it's par for the course at this point. And then we get Bravely Default at $40. What a value. And this is where we see something a little bit interesting that Nintendo's doing with their physical media this time around. If we look at Bravely Default here, it's $40 and it doesn't come with a physical cartridge. Well, it does come with something. So typically your Nintendo Switch games come on a cartridge, and that's the same with the Switch 2. But now they're also giving publishers the option of a game key card. So what this basically is a license card that you plug into your Switch and it allows you to download the game. And honestly, I don't really mind this in theory because as we know, this is kind of something we're already doing with Switch games. You pop a game in and it's only a partial copy of the game. You had to download the rest of the content. And this seems to be essentially the same thing, but what I'm imagining it being is a really cheap option for publishers to give you a copy of the game that you can still resell and trade, but it allows their development cost to not be high, or figure out how they can cram this big file size onto a small cartridge. That being said, I think there's an argument to be made against publishers and developers taking advantage of this, saying that Bravely Default is 11 gigabytes, but they couldn't put that on a cartridge? What are we doing here? The fact that Cyberpunk is releasing on a physical card and not Street Fighter or Bravely Default, I'd say, yeah, they're definitely taking advantage of this. We're cooked. And maybe in a vacuum, these game prices don't seem so insane, but in a post-Steam Deck and ROG Ally world where you can get one of these things for $300 and play pretty much anything you want, I see less of a value in spending this much money on old games. You know, it's kind of crazy. Nintendo really were doing something special when they released Metroid Prime for the Switch and they remastered it with nice graphics and it was only $40. That was a no-brainer pickup. But now we're doing the same thing, maybe even less effort, and charging $70 for it. I don't know about that, man. There's an argument to be made that video games are expensive and they've only gotten more expensive over time, so developers gotta fluctuate with that cost. But I guess we're just going to ignore all of the money that they've made over time from selling you digital products, microtransactions, and the sort. Tons of money off of online subscription services. How many times have they sold Mario Kart 8 over the years? We'll ignore all the profit that they've made from Mario Kart 8 alone. I don't know, man. On my channel, I've always been a fan of looking at the value that you can get out of games. There are so many older experiences that you can play for pennies on the dollar that are fantastic. And there's an infinite backlog of it. But I get it, the Switch 2 is the new shiny expensive thing, but I think $70 for Breath of the Wild is a little insane. But maybe it's not insane to you. Let me know what you think of current Switch pricing. I'm really interested to know how many people actually see this as a good value. We're definitely gonna have to check back in on this Switch 2 stuff later.